She was born January 10th.
Perfect.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So she's 3 months old.
Wow, a lot of energy.
Well, that's about when you want to get them, about 12 weeks.
Yeah. I want to have her on the video because
Yeah, fine. We love ducks.
BitSwap is the hottest new way to trade tokens. Crawling all the top decentralized exchanges, BitSwap will get you the very best price and value for your trades. BitSwap is changing the game. Try it now at bitswapdex.com. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the largest crypto channel in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in cryptocurrency. If you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also smash the like button for us if you like trading content. Today, in this video, we're going to be talking with CryptoFace, the creator of Market Cypher, as he discusses a new addition that's going to be coming to Market Cypher in the future and offers us the craziest deal he has ever offered for Market Cypher, our indicator of choice on the channel. And if you've been struggling with trading, he's got some tips for you to help you get out of the rut. Now, if you do want to trade or get access to Market Cypher, you can head on over to bitboycrypto.com/deals, scroll down to the Bybit section and the Market Cypher section, and you can sign up for both and you can become a trader. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Guys, as always, I'm joined by such a great friend of the channel, CryptoFace, a creator of Market Cypher. I think we also, by the end of this video, we're going to be giving you guys a nice little promo deal for Market Cypher if you're interested to get in. But Face, what's going on today?
Man, what's up, dude? I've been dealing with massive destruction, not so much from the markets, but from my new puppy this past week. But yeah, dude, things not much, man. I actually just flipped my bot on this morning after the big dump. So looking at like super small time frames, gonna probably hit a little bit of scalping for an hour or two and then go and hit some errands, man. But what's up with you, man?
Well, I've been getting wrecked, actually, to be honest with you. Like I've been kind of staying in place in the last like two or 3 weeks. Haven't really been, and we had talked about this kind of before we went on the video here, is that right now for me, when I'm getting the entries, like I'm never getting up like massively. Like I'm just barely getting up enough that's like I could set a stop profit or a stop loss in profit, so at least I make a little bit. But I've just been having a really hard time, getting the bigger movements on the upside. But then on the downside, like it seems like every time there's a crash wick, like I'm right in the middle of it. So trying to figure out like what am I doing wrong, and what kind of tips do you have for this choppy market we're in right now?
Well, I mean, with you particular, like I know we've talked about it kind of before, and I'm saying this in the most like humble way. Well, it kind of goes for anyone. When you want or when you're used to making a certain amount and you're not always going to get those amounts. You got to take the small fish with the big fish. So it's kind of an issue I've dealt with before and something I fight with myself too, where it's like, if you make $10,000 in a trade and you see your trades in 2,000 profit, you're like, I don't really care. Might as well just let it ride. And then it ends up going against you. And so, the best thing I can say to you, man, personally is, try to set stops close to where your entry is. And so, you don't lose. Keep your losses small, man. Keep your losses small. And it's okay to have 4 or 5 stopped out positions where you lose a tiny bit and then eventually you catch the big one. So I mean that's the past few trades I've been actually tonight kind of got lucky because I went to the casino, shouted out a signal along to my whale crew. Price went up $1,000 and I was like, yo, I'm dipping out, going to the casino. Y'all are on your own piece. Took the money. If you want to gamble, go to the casino.
Yeah,
that's why I go to the casino, so I don't gamble with my trades. Went to the casino, lost a couple thousand, and made money on the trade, and shit hit the fan real bad tonight. And so I was able to dodge that bullet. But now I'm back, and after that big drop, the volatility's here. So I flipped my bot on, and I'm looking at the 30-second, the 4-minute, the small time frames, and gonna have a little bit of fun, man. So by the way, I wear a mask. I always forget to say this. I've been wearing a mask long before COVID, so it's not political. I'm CryptoFace. I've been wearing a mask for 3 years.
So funny story.
And I still don't know if you even do you remember meeting me the first time?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So we were at World CryptoCon in 2018, I think it was, or maybe 2019. Can't remember which year it was. I think it was 18, and we were there. And I was just looking. Nobody was wearing masks. You were literally the only person there wearing a mask, and you were just hovering around Crypto Crow, and you were just standing there near him. And like I was talking to him because I knew him and we had talked before or whatever. And you were like, "Oh man, I just want to talk to you" or whatever. And I was like, "Who is this guy in this mask here?" You know, and we just didn't know that you were setting the trend for all of humanity.
Yeah, I had a bone to pick with Crow, man, back in the day. Me and Crow had old beef, old beef.
Oh,
Oh, that's funny, man.
it's so interesting how the whole mask thing is developed, and now it's like, you know, you don't stand out anymore. You were
I know,
setting the
dude.
trend back in the day, though.
Yeah, man. So with Bitcoin as of right now. So first thing I've been looking at is we're on the 4-hour chart right now. And for a little bit here, the flow of money has been decreasing.
Yeah.
There was a guy in my Discord, actually 2 of them earlier tonight with Ethereum. And this was during like the little spike for $1,000 up with Bitcoin. And they're like, oh, we entered some shorts off the daily. Like we're kind of nervous about it because there's a red dot on the daily with Bitcoin. And I was like, dude, like you're playing a high time frame. You just got to be patient and have the gusto was the word I said to hold it. And like, okay, like thanks. All right, let's hold it. And lo and behold, we start dumping. So on the daily here, we got a couple little red dots, kind of money flow. Like the daily doesn't have me super worried. In fact, the daily kind of has me bullish because there is a pattern right here with the momentum waves that we've been seeing for a few months. And what happens is these momentum waves diverge as far as the price goes up. These are divergent, and then boom, there's a big one that shoots up. And these momentum waves are tight against the 0 line down here. So
yeah,
there is support.
It's a great point.
Support down here. And I think soon this is going to be like bang. There's going to be a nice shoot up right here. How long would that be? So if we measure it, so a week, 2 weeks, somewhere in there, I think we should have a nice big momentum.
It's interesting because it's exactly next week on Wednesday.
What is?
Coinbase IPO listing.
Oh man, is it? Damn,
yeah,
dude.
Literally 7 days from now. Yeah.
When are they? Dude, what are they? What's the price? Did they say what they're gonna launch?
No, I don't think they can because since it's direct listing, like I think it will be totally dependent upon like how Coinbase is doing that day, and so I don't think the number comes out beforehand. I think it'll just list for what it lists at, and then people have the opportunity to get in. That's why it's hugely advantageous to Coinbase for the price of Bitcoin to be going up the day that it lists.
Oh yeah. Oh, there might be some shenanigans there.
Now you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, dude. Same with with Ripple, and I have always had a knack for trading Bitcoin. There's something about Bitcoin and me that I have a special connection since day one. Yeah. Ripple is not the case. I've always got shat on by Ripple, but when they got delisted from Coinbase, I was like, dude, Ripple's got to come back. And so I know there's a couple rumors with Ripple. It pumped, but I didn't buy that much Ripple because I was worried. I was waiting for 10 cents and it never happened. So I had a little bit of Ripple, but I think Ripple might be coming back to Coinbase too, bro. And so
we'll see.
Yeah, dude. So anyways.
Well, I think just my thoughts on it is I believe that they will settle. And when they settle, it will get relisted and stuff like that. I don't think they're going to win. I think they'll settle. And so I think maybe immediately when that news comes out, it might drop. But yeah, I mean, I don't believe Ripple will end up getting the death penalty. So if you think it's coming back to the market, then you got to realize it's probably going to start catching up to some of the other coins, in terms of gains for the year.
Yeah, for sure. As far as leverage trading it, I'm not touching it. But
a lot of people don't know it's a little sneaky way you can actually still trade XRP is through Bybit, through their asset exchange. So it's delisted on Coinbase, where you can send money over to Bybit and actually exchange through there, no fees actually.
Yeah, there's a bunch of new coins and shit. What Polkadot and yeah, they've been adding new coins.
Yeah.
So yeah, good for them. But what were we talking about? Bitcoin,
I think we were talking about
right?
your special connection with Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, special connection with Bitcoin since day one, baby.
Yeah.
It's so yeah. Anyways, so what I'm looking at right now. So yeah, the 4 hour has been coming down. Momentum waves coming down. When I look at like, okay, where are we right now? So right now the flow of money is just breaching the zero line. So it's like, okay, well, what happened last time, right? Right about here is when it breached, and there was still room down. These dotted lines I have are what I call spider lines.
Mm-hmm.
They are trend lines that I drew from the weekly. Let me show that real quick. So these are trend lines I drew just from back when Bitcoin was at like 6K, when it dropped to 3K at the start or at the closing of each candle, laid them on top of this pivot and boom, 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 boom. Been doing this since 20K. Since we moved over 20K, that was uncharted territory.
Yeah.
So these trend lines, Bitcoin has been sticking to really well, performing really well.
Yeah, it has.
So,
Wow, it's interesting.
zoom back in. There's actually two right here. So this has been a pretty strong level. So if we do break down further, my guess is like 54, somewhere in the 54Ks might be a good place to be kind of looking to buy or looking along. Other than that, as far as the immediate term, let me clear some of this stuff out here. Actually, let me go to a different chart here. Okay. As far as lower time frames, going to the 25-minute, we did have a BitBoy green dot right here. So this was something I was, this was like where I just flipped my bot on to start scalping right now. And I'm not recommending it to anyone, but what I'm doing is after this big volatility, bam, this drop, this is when I start hitting the small time frames. I think a big mistake many people make when they first get market cipher or just trading in general is they are glued to these small time frames and they're flopping and groping, right?
It's
it's
hard to win on the smaller ones.
The hourly time frames, and then they start flopping on the small ones. So if we go to back to the 4 hour here on regular candles, you see, boom. Oh wait, okay, we're on the Gemini. Let me go to the Coinbase. By the way, I use Coinbase to for my charting, not Bybit, because that's where the real Bitcoin is traded, not leveraged, over leveraged fake derivatives bullshit.
Oh, that's interesting. I only use the Bybit chart.
So where the real Bitcoin is moving, that's where I like to trade. So here on the 4 hour normal candles, we had two blood diamonds. I believe on the 8 hour, the screen sharing thing, I don't think they can see it, but it comes down, it blocks my hourly time frame, so I can't change these. Okay, there we go. Okay, what is this? The 8 hour. Okay, boom. Blood diamond on the 8 hour. So there's been some warnings fired off. Look at that tight trigger wave right down there to the downside. So yeah, man, you know, I've been super busy this week. And so when I have been trading, I've been in and out. So yeah, man, I got a new puppy.
Yeah, let's see the puppy. Let's see it.
See her?
Oh, I see her. Look at that puppy. Beautiful.
This is Athena. She's my little floof of destruction. She poops. Man, she poops a lot, and I have a hard time with poop. And dude, the other night she laid a big one on the floor, and I grabbed it and I threw it in the toilet, but I didn't like flush the toilet because I was in a rush trying not to throw up. And bro, it like 100x'd the whole damn. It smelt the whole house. And
oh my god, yeah, you got to
flush
flush that,
dude. It was rough, but it was worth it.
All right, so let's talk about the Market Cipher special we're gonna run here. Okay.
So I know that a couple people were sad that, you know, we stopped doing the 10%, and we were doing 5%. But honestly, there's a lot of upgrades that I wanted to do to the back end and servers and stuff. So that's why we kind of wanted, we had to ease it off a little bit. But we're gonna fire off a 10% for 48 hours. Is that good enough?
Yeah, I think so. I think all the people who've been waiting, that's what they've been waiting for.
You know what? I take that back. Let's do 15% for 48 hours.
15% for 48 hours.
15%. But listen.
Wow.
After 48 hours, that shit is cut off.
Gone.
So don't be blowing up our customer service email saying the code doesn't work anymore after it's been 48 hours. So I'll do 48 hours
Okay.
For 15%.
Whew. And then it's going to go back to 5, then back to 5% after that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys heard it here first. If you want to go get Market Cypher, you got 48 hours from the time this video posts, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. So you got 48 hours. So you got until 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday to go scoop Market Cypher for 15% off. The biggest deal you've ever offered, I believe.
Yeah, man. And so there's I know a couple people have been asking, like if there's any updates or anything that come to Market Cypher. I don't want to say too much because I don't have an exact time scale, but for those who don't know, I've been bot trading like since basically day one. Is how I got into cryptos. Really was from programming bots.
Yeah.
And my best bot runs completely off of Market Cypher indicators. And so there's another layer of another indicator that I think we're going to be adding to Market Cypher A, hopefully within the next month or two. And the best way I can describe it is like Ferrari, for example. They have their race team,
Yeah.
and then their normal cars, or Mercedes has their race team, their normal cars, and they learn and take things from their race team and apply it what they can to their cars. And there's something I think we're going to be adding to Market Cypher A soon that I think a lot of people are going to like. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. So yeah.
Sweet. Well, if you want that extra addition to Market Cypher coming soon, you're going to have to go ahead and cop Market Cyphers. You get 15% off right now in the next 48 hours. It's going to drop down to 5%. So you guys can head on over to bitboycrypto.com/deals and scroll down to the Market Cypher section. You guys will see that deal available. And then we'll also put it down below in the video description for you guys. So Vase, as always, thank you for joining us. You've given me some hope on the markets. I think that, looking at the longer time frames, it does look like we're getting ready for a move, hopefully in the next week. You got anything else you want to add?
We'll be all right. Like it goes up and down, and the 60K has been a tough nut to crack.
Nice,
but shout out to Paris Hilton, dude. You're attracting all these celebrities, and to all the Spurgs out there that are hating on new people and celebrities coming into the crypto. I've maybe been a little guilty myself, like kind of low key hating on like a couple NFT stuff here and there, but be nice to the people coming in. Like, y'all want it to be mainstream. If you all want the price to go up, then welcome Paris Hilton, you Spurs.
Absolutely.
So, Lindsay Lohan, dude. If you talk to Lindsay Lohan, BitBoy, if you could set me up.
Okay, I'll make sure to let her know that you're on the lookout. So, all right, guys, thank you for joining us again, Crypto Face. And as always, guys, if you got comments, drop those down below. What you want to learn about Market Cypher. If you got any questions. That's all I got. Be blessed. Boy out.